When you hear the name Burt's Bees, you probably think of lip balm, because that's all I've ever known them for. So I was really surprised when I saw that they had a new shave cream for men. I just had to try it, and I'm going to tell you all about it coming up. What's up, everybody? Phil Deppen here with Not a Hair Model, where we talk about all things bald for all bald people. Whether it's naturally, medically, partially, intentionally, whateverly, doesn't matter. We're just glad you're here. So as I was saying earlier, recently I've been using Burt's Bees' new shave cream for men, and I'm going to tell you all about it, but before we get to the review, I'm going to give you a little history of the Burt's Bees company. So here we go. This whole thing started on account of all the beeswax. So Burt Shavitz and Roxanne Quimby created Burt's Bees in the early 1980s, and in their former lives, Burt was a photojournalist in Manhattan and Roxanne was an artist living in San Francisco, and they both decided to leave their cities, and somehow they both wound up in the wilderness of Maine. Burt became the local bee man after finding a stray beehive and learning how to get honey out of it. And one day, Burt pulled over Roxanne. She was hitchhiking. The two hit it off. So Burt, being a resourceful guy, was secretly stowing away all this beeswax because he knew someday he'd have a use for it, and Roxanne comes along and she figures out a way to use the beeswax. And so she does a bunch of research, finds some recipes, and they made things like candles and lip balm. The lip balm is the one that stuck around. Burt and Roxanne both valued the simple life, and they were both DIY types. Roxanne was of the firm belief that if you took from nature, you'd have to respect it and preserve it. Today, the company continues to follow in their footsteps and gets the best ingredients they can from nature while continuing to respect nature. After selling her stake in Burt's Bees, Roxanne worked really hard to safeguard the wild spaces for generations to come. She went so far as to start a foundation, and she gave $90 million to charities and bought 87,000 acres of the woodlands up in Maine so she could preserve it, and she donated it and turned it into a national park. So when Burt left New York City, his goal was to live with less. And he wound up doing that because he converted a 300 square foot turkey coop into a cabin and lived there and spent his last days there living on that land and enjoying the view and enjoying what nature had. For these shaves, I use Dollar Shave Club's 4X and also their Executive, which is their 6-blade razor. Now this is gonna sound silly, but before I even opened the tube, I was impressed by the fact that there's actually a foil seal, letting me know that the product is fresh and hasn't been tampered with, nothing squirted out of the tube. So right off the bat, that was a great first impression. I love when a company does that with a squeezable product like this that could easily shoot all over the place. Just letting you know that they care about what's inside. What I noticed when I first opened the tube was the scent. The scent on this is amazing. It's got this combination of this woodsy, almost, I guess you would say, honey kind of scent to it because of the bees. Obviously, it's Burt's Bees. But just this great fresh scent that wasn't very typical. I've never smelled anything like this before. So just an awesome first impression when I first opened the tube. The texture on this is really smooth. Feels like a cream, but behaves more like a butter, a shave butter. So it's a nice in-between, middle of those two kind of compromise is what they've done with this. But it spreads like a butter, but it feels like a cream, if that makes any sense at all. That's what they've done, and that's what this feels like. So the feel of it when you put it on your skin, it says right on here that it has this cooling, that it's a cooling shave cream. And it is. It's pretty intense, I gotta be honest with you. It didn't feel like that kicked in until after the shave, after I had used it and gone through the routine. But it's there, it is definitely there. That cooling shave cream label is not a lie at all, which it felt amazing. I loved it, I love that feel. Lets me know that my skin is clean and fresh and I just did my shave and everything's just nice and smooth. So that was a real bonus for me, that I liked a lot. Now let's talk about the lather. The lather was interesting. It didn't lather like a shave cream, what I've used of shave creams, it didn't lather like that at all. Again, like I said earlier, it behaved like a shave butter, which is okay. It's not a problem, it just is. I'm just letting you know that that's what it did. So I found myself, I'm not a big fan of shea butter, so I found myself having to reapply it sometimes, which again is okay, just is. But that was just kind of a surprise to me because again, it says shave cream right on here. So I just assumed it would be a nice, fluffy, lathery shave cream, but it's not. It takes a little bit of work, but it's worth it. The glide on my head from this stuff, I gotta be honest with you, was pretty amazing. I was really surprised and shocked at how well this worked. The final results were a great smooth shave. Really liked using this stuff. Actually, I liked using it more than I thought I would. Now, the other thing I noticed right away at the end of my shave is that this stuff rinses really well. I was actually really surprised by that. A lot of times you have to kind of work, get the cream and get it all off and kind of have to rub a little bit. This stuff felt like it fell right off, which was amazing. It didn't feel like my hands were greasy or slippery, so that was a bonus as well. That was a pleasant surprise. Now let's talk about the price. For $7.99, I picked this stuff up at Target. It's actually the same price on their website, so you can get it either place. If you get enough things from their website, you can get free shipping. And I think actually when you first sign up at the website, when you first go to their website, you can get a free shipping deal when you first sign up. So there you have it, Burt Bees Cooling Shave Cream for Men. I actually wound up using this and liking this way more than I thought I would. I knew it'd be a good product because it's Burt Bees and they wouldn't put out a bad product. I just didn't expect to like it as much as I did. Highly recommend this product. Yeah, this was good stuff. What I really like is what the company stands for. What Burt Bees stands for is amazing. Outdoor living, getting out in nature, using natural ingredients, preserving wildlife, recycled packaging, all kinds of just good stuff for nature. Awesome, awesome stuff. Definitely recommend it. Definitely go check them out. You will not be disappointed. Be sure to check out the description below the video because all the resources we mentioned in the video, we put the links to down there. And also we give away some free stuff, so go check that out as well. If you have a question or a comment or a product you'd like to see us review, throw that down in the comments as well. If you got some value out of this video, give it a thumbs up, click on subscribe, turn on bell notifications if you want to be notified the next time we post another video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.